All right, Blair, just, a big weekend this past weekend down in Jersey. You split with Seton Hall and Rutgers, a pair of 5-set matches. Just your overall thoughts on how that weekend went.
I thought we did very well as a team. I thought they fought, which is something they're getting used to doing every weekend is fighting for the win. And I think we had a better production out of everybody. We weren't so outside heavy this year, which is great. Or this weekend, I'm sorry. And we got our middles involved a little bit more. We got our right side involved a little bit more. So it was nice to see that.
How important is it to play those 5-set matches early? You had one against Canisius 2 weeks ago, and then another two. So we're talking 3 5-set matches here in your first 5. When you're trying to get this team going and get ready for conference play, how important is it to play those 5-set matches and kind of keep fighting?
It's incredibly important. You want to get it out of the way so that these guys already know how to fight. I mean, they do it in practice every day, but it's good for them to have another opponent on the other side of the net. I think, especially at this point, I'm glad we had 2 matches this weekend instead of 3 to give their bodies a little bit of a break, but they did a really good job with it.
You know all about playing opponents from the Big Ten. This was the program's first ever victory against a Big Ten school when it beat Rutgers. How important is it to beat a school from a volleyball power conference like the Big Ten?
I think it just gives us another level of confidence. Being able to step onto the court, and we know that they play very tough opponents all through their conference schedule. And for us to come out, and I thought we played well from the second set on, but to kind of get hit with something like that and then respond so well in the next 4, that's really what we were looking for.
Christine, talk to us about it was a homecoming for you going back to New Jersey. I know you had a lot of family and friends there. Just what was the weekend like for you, the atmosphere, and then how it transitioned for you on the court?
I know the atmosphere was, it just felt better than being at home. The level of confidence I felt like they gave me, and then my team on the court too, because I know with the encouragement of my teammates on the court, it really helps get me fired up, and it just helped me execute better.
You had a big weekend. It started against Seton Hall with 11 kills. How much more comfortable did you feel out there this past weekend, than maybe you did in week 1?
I know in week 1 I was struggling with timing and spacing, getting up quicker. And I just know this weekend I just needed to turn things around and get up faster and actually be an option for my team.
Very coachable.
How nice is it to play in the middle? You have Meg Burnett, who also had a great weekend, and then Scout did a great job, spreading the ball around. How easy is it for you to be able to operate in an offense like that?
Well, Scout's an amazing setter. She puts it where it needs to be, and our passers in the back, they did an amazing job this weekend. All the passes were perfect, and it was just good for the middles to execute with the perfect passes and sets.
Blair, another big weekend from your outsides who are both named to the All Tournament team. Just talk about their progression and kind of how they kind of keep on rolling.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of sets right now, and I think they're doing a very good job with a double block even when they're out of system. But like I said last week, what I'm most impressed with is that they've got a really good all-around game, and that's what I like to see, because they're also helping their teammates out, making that ball a little bit better so that we can run our middle, so we can get our right side involved.
And then, defensively, talk about your back row. I know Lara had a couple big digs.
Yeah.
Hannah had 19 against Rutgers. How nice is it that you're, with the defense that your team's playing right now?
Yeah, Lara's been really steady, especially in serve receive. And I think Hannah stepped up in a big way at Rutgers. They had a great right side on that team, and she started getting a couple digs against her, and I think that was a big-time catalyst for us. Again, she had the same thing happen last week, so it's just great to see her step into that role so well.
Christine, talk to us about your blocking. Your strength of team. You're leading the team in blocks right now. What is it that makes you such a great blocker at the net?
Well, I know in practice we do a lot of blocking, and the coaches reiterate the wide hands, independent hands. So my left hand won't follow my right won't follow my left. And I just really focused on that, just penetrating over the net, what we do in practice, and just convert.
Blair, you got another big weekend coming up. You got Georgetown, who's 5-1, James Madison, who's 6-0. You're also playing Coppin State. Talk to us about the upcoming weekend and some of the challenges you'll have.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great weekend and a great challenge for these guys. Like you said, they're coming in with a lot of wins, and Coppin State's played a tough schedule. They've had some good opponents on the other side of the net. They've played well. So for us, it's going to be a lot of focus on our side and making sure that we're doing the things that we need to do to challenge.
How important is it to play some top competition? You're playing a Big Ten team. You're playing your second team from the Big East this upcoming weekend. How important is that for players to play that kind of competition as you get ready for conference play?
I know playing against harder teams will definitely prepare us for conference, because you just need to be thrown out there, thrown out with the Wolves, and you just need to learn how to fight. And I think we've been doing such a good job against these good teams, just fighting and acknowledging the win that we are up there with them.
And then finally, Blair, what is the focus in practice this week? After watching the team this past weekend or the first 2 weekends, as you get ready for this weekend, what are you guys focusing on?
A lot of blocking work. I think that we should be a good blocking team with our physicality in the gym, and we're working on just being able to pick up the little stuff and convert it well.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.